Hey Mr. Sue, I'm going to teach you how to do graph interpretation. For example, h of x equals negative x cubed plus 2x squared minus 15x to the 7th. And it has to be in standard form. And standard form is when these numbers, which are the exponents, go from biggest to smallest. So it would now be negative 15 x to the 7th minus x cubed plus 2x squared. And this is the leading coefficient, and it's negative. And it's to the 7th power, so it has a degree of 7. So the end behavior is negative. Now we're going to talk about the different number of turning points in a graph. A linear graph looks like this. A quadratic looks like this. A cubic looks like this. And a quartic looks like this. Now we're going to talk about Pascal's triangle. And it looks like this. It's 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, and so on. And this would be the first row, the second, and it would just keep going. And the pattern here is it's just adding the numbers each time. Now there are two ways to solve for Pascal's triangle. And the first way is double distribution. And an example is 2m plus n to the third, which is the same as 2m plus n, 2m plus n, and another 2m plus n. And what we're going to do is going to ignore this guy and just FOIL these two terms. So it would now be 4m plus 4mn plus n squared. And then we're going to multiply it by this guy right here, 2m plus n, and we're going to distribute these two terms to this trinomial, and we're going to get 8m cubed plus 8m squared n plus 2mn squared plus 4m squared n plus n cubed. Now we're going to put the like terms together. So 8m squared n, 4m squared n, and then we're going to put 2mn squared, and then we're going to put and then 4m n squared. I forgot about that one, and we're going to put that with this, and then now we're going to put the terms together, and it will now be 8m cubed plus 12m squared n plus 6mn squared plus n cubed. And that's your final answer. Now I'm going to teach you binomial expansion. Let's use the same problem. 2m plus n cubed. Now this is in the third row, so it's going to be 1, 3, 3, 1. And it's 2m cubed, so we're going to do 2m to the 0, 2m to the first, 2m squared, and 2m cubed. Now we're going to do the n cubed. So it's going to go n to the 0, n to the first, n to the second, and n to the third. And we're going to add these. Now it's going to be 1 times 8m to the third times 1 plus 3 times 4m squared times n plus 3 times 2m times n squared plus 1 times 1 times n cubed and then we're going to put those together, and it's going to turn out to be 8m cubed plus 12m squared n plus 6m n squared plus n cubed. Now we're going to talk about factoring. And first we're going to do factoring by grouping. We're going to do x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x minus 20. And then it goes x cubed plus 5x squared plus negative 4x minus 20. Now the common monomial is x squared, and then it gives us left with x plus 5 plus negative 4 parentheses x plus 5. Now we're going to group them, which means we're going to put these together and put these together, and it's going to turn out x squared minus 4 and x plus 5, which is the same thing as x minus 2, x plus 2, and x plus 5. That's your final answer. Now we're going to talk about the sum of two cubes. And who wouldn't want to learn about the sum of two cubes? I do. The formula is a cubed plus b cubed equals a plus b and a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. An example is y cubed plus 125, which is the same thing as y cubed plus 5 cubed, which is equal to y plus 5, because we have to make it the same as the formula, it has to look the same, and y squared minus 10y plus 25, and then y plus 5, y minus 5, and y minus 5, because all we're doing is taking this and we're foiling it, and it would now be y plus 5, y minus 5 squared. Now we're going to find all real solutions using synthetic division given the possible function f of negative 2. And the problem is going to be x cubed plus x squared minus 8x minus 12 equals 0. And then we're going to put the negative 2 outside and the numbers in front. So there's a 1, 1, negative 8, and a negative 12. And we're going to pull down the 1. And then we're going to do 1 times negative 2, which is negative 2. And that equals negative 1. And negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2, and that makes it negative 6. And negative 6 and negative 2 is 12, and that's 0. So so it is a function. Now, if the answer wasn't 0, it would not be a function.